Hello, dear friends. Today I will be happy to answer more of your questions. Thank you very much for the very interesting question about Russia and cooperation between Russia and Indonesia that you have sent to us. Please send us some more because we will continue in the near future to answer your questions. So we've selected some of the most interesting and diverse questions for me to answer today. First of all, it's a question about Russian-Indonesian cooperation in the sphere of high technology sent to us by Adri. It's a very interesting question indeed. There is a huge potential in our cooperation in the sphere of high technology, and high technologies are the future, of course. Unfortunately, some of the plans have been halted because of the pandemic, but still the potential is there. I would like to especially note the area of energy, including nuclear energy. Whenever the government of Indonesia will be ready to introduce nuclear energy as a part of the energy layout of the country, Russia will be ready to help because you may know that we were pioneers in the area of peaceful usage of nuclear energy. Around 20% of all the electricity in Russia is generated by nuclear facilities, and not only energy, the nuclear power is used in medicine, in agriculture. So that is the direction that we can explore together. Another interesting direction would be civil aviation. You know that Russia has a great experience in building aircrafts, both military and civil, and we can work together with Indonesia to develop new aircrafts. Also, the area of ICT, we are also exploring projects in this area. So the potential is there, and hopefully it can be used to the benefit of the people of Russia and Indonesia. Adri also asks, do you have any Russian language and culture courses in Bandung? There are Russian Studies Center in Pajajaran University in Bandung. I'm not sure if they provide Russian language courses to those people who are not students of Pajajaran University, but you can inquire because there is a Russian corner and Russian class in this university. If you are interested in Russian, specifically Russian language courses, we have a Russian Cultural Center in Jakarta, and they provide Russian courses, Russian language courses for anyone who is interested. You can look up at their website. They also have Russian language classes online. So please do that. The next question is from Rian Aditya Priyanto. Are there any Indonesian songs that are popular in Russia? Yes, they are. When in 1956, President of Indonesia, Sukarno, was planning to visit my country, there was a documentary movie made about Indonesia, and the soundtrack for this movie was the very famous Indonesian song Rayuan Pulau Kelapa. The lyrics of the song was translated into Russian, and it became immensely popular in our country, especially of course for the people of older generation. I can tell you, when my father, who is 84 years old, found out that I was going to be posted to Indonesia, the first thing he did, he sang this song in Russian to me. In Russian, it is called Indonesia, My Love, or Indonesia, My Favorite Country. I will not sing you this song now, but you can look up at the embassy's YouTube channel, and there is a performance of this song both in Russian and Indonesia by the diplomats of the embassy. Another interesting question is from Udhay Ariana Adji, and it is about Volga River. How important is the Volga River for Russia in terms of history and economy? Well, Volga River, and in Russia we call her, it's a she for us, Mother Volga, is the longest, the biggest river in Europe, and it runs from the plateau of Valdai to the Caspian Sea, and is 3.5 thousand kilometers long. Volga River was the cradle of Russian civilization and was the main mean of communication and transport between different regions from Russia. It was and still is a river very rich in fish, and is considered to be one of the symbols of Russia. Also, I would like to mention that the main Muslim regions of Russia, like Tatarstan, is also situated on the banks of the Volga River. So it was and still remains very important for the economy of Russia in different sense. It still is mean of communication and transportation. It is also a source of hydro energy. More than 10 dams and hydropower plants are situated on the Volga River. It is also the source of fish for the regions who are situated around Volga. So Volga is mentioned in many fairy tales, songs, novels of Russia. As I said, it has became the symbol of our country, and we call this river Mother Volga. Another question about one of the regions of Russia is Kaliningrad Oblast, from Abdul Aziz. How important is Kaliningrad Oblast for Russia? Well, of course, Kaliningrad Oblast, like all other regions of Russia, is very important. It is a sort of exclave because it doesn't have a land border with Russia, only with other Russian regions, only sea border, and it's the most western region of our country. It has joined Russia as the result of World War II, or we call it the Great Patriotic War, when our country won over German fascists in 1945. So as a result of our victory in World War II, this region became part of our country. The population of this region is around 1 million people, and the center is the city of Kaliningrad. It used to have a German name, Königsberg. It is very rich in natural resource, and the main natural resource that it's famous for is amber. the semi-precious stone. Around 90% of all the reserves of amber could be found in Kaliningrad region. Also, it has a developed agriculture sector. It is well developed in terms of industry and energy. For instance, many of the plants that produce cars are situated in Kaliningrad region. It's also a very popular tourist destination for Russians and foreigners, because Kaliningrad is a very beautiful and ancient city. So tourists flock there to admire all the historical heritage of this city, and also the natural beauties, because it is situated on the Baltic Sea. Another question by Abdulaziz: what is the difference between federal university and state university? Well, to put it in simple words, federal university is a big state university. So all federal universities are state universities, but not all state universities are federal universities. In our country, we have state universities that are owned by the state and private universities. So federal university is basically a conglomeration of universities, and in the whole country we have 10 federal universities that are situated in different regions of Russia. For instance, one of the biggest one is in Vladivostok, which is on the Pacific coast in the Asian part of Russia. Also, Abdul Aziz is wondering what are the main areas of development in the next 10 years for Russia. I would say that the main target of our government is to make Russia transfer from being over-dependent on the export of our natural resources to a country that is more focused on high technologies and industrial development. And active measures are being taken in this direction, and we can note some of very good results. We still remain one of the main exporters in the world of natural gas and natural oil, but we also became number one exporter of grain, particularly of wheat and other agricultural products. We are one of the main exporters in the world of defense equipment. That is, of course, high technology, product of high technology development. We have special national programs financed by the state to move in this direction and further develop our industrial and high technology sectors. Of course, it's very important also that our country to be social oriented. So all the results that we achieve will basically serve to make the life of our people better. That's what we are striving for, and hopefully we will achieve this goal. Another question sent to us by Adi: has Russia got vaccines against COVID-19, and how is the vaccination process going on? I would like to say that Russia was the first country to develop and register an anti-COVID vaccine. Maybe you've heard the name. It's called Sputnik V. And now we have developed another 2 vaccines against COVID-19. Why we managed to develop this vaccine so quickly? Because we have the sufficient academic basis, scientific basis. You know that our country has developed vaccines against Ebola and MERS, and on the basis of these vaccines, the anti-COVID vaccine was created, Sputnik V, and we registered it in, if I'm not mistaken, in August last year. So now we have 3 vaccines, and our government has started mass vaccination of our people in Russia. It is absolutely free and voluntary, so everyone who wants to be vaccinated can register and get the vaccine free of charge. All the vaccines are suitable for the people of age of from 18 to 60 and also 60 plus. So far we have vaccinated more than 2 million people in our country, and the vaccination campaign is growing and being developed. The anti-COVID vaccine Sputnik V was also registered so far in 27 foreign countries, and some countries like Belarus or Argentina have already started to vaccinate the people of their countries using these vaccines. And finally, a question from Riki Rikintan. What is Russian favorite dish, and do you happen to know the favorite dish of Indonesian people living in Russia? Russian cuisine is quite diverse, so I'm not sure what particular dish Indonesian people living in Russia favor, but I'm sure they can find something suitable to their taste, because in Russia we use a lot of ingredients to make our dishes and food. I will give you some examples. For instance, the most popular dish in Russia, probably it's also very well known abroad, is a vegetable soup called borscht. It is made with different vegetables, but the main one is beetroot, and it is delicious. Every family has its own recipe for the borscht. It can be eaten with sour cream, and if you ever get to visit Russia, you should try this wonderful dish. Also, I believe no one can resist Russian pancakes or blini, because they could be eaten sweet, if you have a sweet tooth, with jam or anything sweet, or with sour cream or caviar or fish or meat or whatever you like. If you're interested in Russian cuisine, you can look and watch master classes given by the Russian chef who works at our embassy on our YouTube channel. I believe there are 2 master classes on how to make blini and also the Russian style dumplings, pelmeni. Thank you very much for your attention, and we are waiting for more of your questions.